Test 1 2 1 2. The final away day of the season is one of the shortest, and with survival assured, it's a day at the races that the fans of Coventry Sphinx can enjoy. But for the Sky Blue and White players, it's anything but a friendly. Local pride and a spot in next year's squad on the line for the 16 Coventry representatives. Well, the Sphinx management team will want to build on an already impressive 17th place finish in the final two fixtures of an impressive campaign. Live from Townsend Meadow, it's Racing Club Warwick versus Coventry Sphinx, coverage sponsored by Hill Contractors, with commentary from Liam Cook. John Woodward takes sole charge of the Sphinx this afternoon. Joint manager Sean Thomas and captain Callum Woodward are both missing due to illness, while vice-captain Jack Downs is out due to a broken finger. Reinforcements come in the form of midfielder Idris Faseni, top scorer Kyle Carey and wing-back Jordan Hayward. Luke Shearer returns for the final week of the campaign after recovering from a hamstring injury. A job well done in Racing Club Warwick's debut Step 4 season. Manager Scott Eastlow will want to end the year on a high with a place in the top half of the table on the line. He makes just one change as Josh Flynn replaces Connor Taylor. A formation reshuffle is expected, which will see Adam Miles file back into defence with Max McNulty leading the line on his own. Ex-Sphinx forward Andre Williams is on the racers' bench. Well, the final away day of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Coventry Sphinx on YouTube. Liam Cook taking you through the next 2 hours at a rather drizzly Townsend Meadow. Let's get you through the starting lineups, kicking off with your boys in not quite sky blue and white this afternoon. They're in the away kit of blue and red. Well, navy and red, really. Coventry Sphinx's lineup is as follows. Charlie Woods starts in goal. We're expecting a back five of Draper, Zito, Nicholson, alongside Hayward and Percy. Midfield will see Jack Redhead and Idris Faseni. And then up front, we've got Harry Wakefield, Kyle Carey and Harvey Smith. Sphinx already looking for a route through there. Adam Miles, the former Coventry United centre-back, looping it away. And for Racing Club Warwick this afternoon, number 1, Sam Lomax. 2, James Hancock. 3, Harry Eden. Number 4, Ryan Andrews. 5, Adam Miles. 6, Kyle Barnett. 7, Josh Willis. 8, Cameron Ebbett. Number 9, Max McNulty. Number 10, Josh Flynn. And 11, Callum Coyle. Right, passing it around the back line. Eden. And drawing in the foul there was Ryan Andrews. He's backing into Harry Wakefield on the fringes of his own penalty area. Barnett plays it across to Ebbett. Should travel, closed down by Wakefield. Carey. Wakefield on the right-hand side, launched in, and then Harvey Smith was through for the opening goal, but the flag raised on this near side. Promising start for the Sphinx. We'll, of course, be keeping you up to date what's going on at Home Park with Plymouth Argyle taking on Coventry City. Very different aspects on the line for both sides. Plymouth need to win to keep their heads above water. Otherwise, it will be curtains for the Pilgrims. Coventry City encased in a real battle for the playoffs. They need to keep pace with the likes of Middlesbrough and Bristol City. And of course, Rugby Town could be relegated this afternoon if they fail to beat Bedworth. We'll let you know what's going on there. While Rugby Borough are taking on Coventry United. If United get a share of the spoils there, they will be in the playoffs, ironically, against Rugby. Towards that near post and headed wide. Josh Willis leaping above the rest. And seems to have left one on Idris Faseni in the process. Charlie Woods with the armband for the first time in his Coventry Sphinx career. Proud day for a goalkeeper who really has been spectacular for the Sky Blue and Whites this season after his arrival from Alvechurch. It's Woods away. Carey against his old Coventry United teammate Kyle Barnett, and Barnett wins that headed duel. McNulty trying to get on the end of that ball towards the Sphinx back line. Zito back to Charlie Woods. Pressure from Percy, putting Coyle under pressure. Redhead. Faseni, who, surprise, surprise, got a late goal last week. Wakefield. Smith's timed his run. Held up with the control. Hayward skips through. Jordan Hayward. And the deflection takes it to Kyle Carey for his first goal since New Year's Day. Kyle Carey opens the scoring and a return to form for the top scorer. Less than 4 minutes on the clock. And that wicked deflection from Jordan Hayward's cross, taking the ball into the path of the one player you don't want to give an opportunity like that. Smile back on the face of Kyle Carey after a barren couple of months. But you know what they say, form is temporary, class is permanent. And the class of Coventry, Kyle Carey, gives the Sphinx an early lead. So the perfect start for John Woodward and his Coventry Sphinx team. Now Warwick on the comeback trail. Sphinx immediately back in possession though. Carry to Wakefield. Several back for Warwick. Wakefield maintains possession and it fizzes over the bar via a touch it seems from Sam Lomax. Jack Redhead, consecutive starts for the Sphinx number 8. He's on set-piece duty in the absence of Captain Callum Woodward. It's towards the far post where Vasani was waiting. Defender gets his bonce on that one, collected on this near side by Wakefield. Challenging behind from Cameron Ebbett. Takes Wakefield out of play. And Racing Club Warwick can regroup at the back. Ebbett, line looking for McNulty. Andrews up there too. Smith, chest control on the edge of the area. Jordan Hayward curls it high and wide. Sphinx scoring the first goal of the 3 o'clock kickoffs. There are a couple of full-time scores to bring you, including a phenomenal win for Corby Town, 4-0 over AFC Rushden Diamonds. As they run down the left-hand side from Coyle, curtailed by the offside flag. And Shepshed Dynamo grabbing a 68th minute equaliser despite being down to 10 men against champions Quorn. Sphinx fans making their voices heard in the end closest to the bar, surprise, surprise. Charlie Woods. Smith headed down only as far as Cameron Ebbett. Eden cuts away from Joe Percy. Ebbett. Eden's behind, it was sandwiched between Percy and Vasani, gets it away to Eden. McNulty. Ebbett stopped in its tracks one-on-one by Jamie Draper. Smith in the centre circle. Through ball for Hayward. He'll get there in front of Miles. Stop with the feet. Sam Lomax being called into action a little too regularly for his liking in the opening 8 minutes. So far so good for the Sky Blue and Whites. Little on the line now. Survival confirmed last week with that 2-0 victory. That's Darlaston. Drapel's at the far post and on this near side. Towering header by Ryan Andrews. And it will be Joe Percy to take it, deciding against the long throw of Nicholson. Short to Vasani, cries of foul throw, ignored by the referee. Percy in, Wakefield at the far post. It's gone out, it appears. In fact, no, I think it's been given as a free kick against Harry Wakefield. Little too handsy was the Sphinx number 9. Kyle Barnett, non-league veteran with the likes of Bedworth, Coventry United and Daventry. Now part of the furniture at Racing Club Warwick. Club captain now at Townsend Meadow. Vasani brings a defeat in the centre circle. Here's Joe Percy. Draper. Chip ball, Smith wasn't expecting it, and it was between Smith and Wakefield. Barnett just helps it on its way, shielding into touch, goal kick. It's with James Hancock at right back for Warwick. Ryan Andrews, McNulty making the run. McNulty. Challenged by Zito and forces his way through the former Villa youngster. Nicholson gets his body in the way, is dragged down by the leg. Free kick inside his own area. Nicholson putting his body on the line. Minutes gone at Townsend Meadow. Coventry Sphinx taking a 3rd minute lead through Kyle Carey, his first goal in 4 months. Charlie Woods just flicks off the head of Smith. Eden should deal with that one. Hooks it out on this near side. Sphinx will throw in as it ball bounces off the home dugout. Lightown now 1-0 up at home to Kozel. Of course, Light are already down. Remains 0-0, deadlocked at the Oval in that crucial fixture between Bedworth and Rugby. Headed out again by Andrews. Another throw will follow, just about level with the penalty area. Vasani. Cushion back to Percy. Under pressure from Coyle. Coyle barges Percy down from behind, and Percy's got himself a free kick right in the corner. Jack Redhead trudges over to take it. Sphinx looking good for their lead. Usual suspects in there. Patrick Zito staying back, however, as Redhead lines it up. In by Redhead. Vasani just blocked from the bottom corner. Nearly back-to-back headed goals for Vasani. And back in by Redhead. Barnett heads clear. And the job will be finished by Josh Willis. Leading in too much was Harry Wakefield. Free kick on the right side of their own area for the Races, who haven't quite been at the Races so far. Lomax. Kyle Barnett. Over to Adam Mars, who of course can play up front. Playing it centre-back this afternoon with McNulty and Flynn leading the line. Flynn was the target, just bounces over the touchline. A couple of yards shy of the Sphinx penalty area. Ambitious ball from Adam Miles, but not quite reaching its target. And Ronnie Nicholson will get us underway with that long throw from the back. Smith beaten mid-air by Miles, who heads it out for another Sphinx throw, about 10 yards taken on that one. Nicholson. Another throw, this time deep into Warwick territory, and Smith jumped the gun. Wakefield wasn't ready for it and throws it straight out for a goal kick. Lapse in judgment there for the Sphinx, number 11. There was one from the Warwick back line, given away to Smith. And Smith in towards Wakefield. Headed away from the number 9's head by Barnett. Wakefield tries to keep it alive, but can only touch it into the path of Lomax. Shielded back to him by Kyle Barnett. Lomax away. Hancock's up for it. Hayward's headed to Nicholson. And skewed onto the gantry by Ryan Nicholson. We're not getting that ball back for a while. Throw in about 5 yards into Coventry Sphinx territory for Racing Club Warwick. A great first year at step 4 for Scotty Eastlow's men. The throw is to Coyle. Andrews picked up in midfield. Through the centre circle it goes to Harry Eden. Ebbett found. Cutting in from the left. Cameron Ebbett. Shooting opportunity perhaps. Flynn draws in the foul. Penalty. Red's head with a love shot from behind. And Sphinx's lead in serious jeopardy as Max McNulty grabs the ball. Charlie Woods proudly wearing the captain's armband for the first time in his Sphinx career. Can he lead by example with a penalty save as Max McNulty steps up for Racing Club Warwick? It's McNulty. Slots it past Woods. And the races are level. Perfectly slotted past the Sphinx number 1, sending Woods the wrong way. Calling Charlie Woods' bluff was Max McNulty, who makes it 1-1 at Townsend Meadow. Sphinx have the hard work to do again after taking that 3rd-minute lead. It's 1-1 in the opening 16 minutes. Michigan Northern Premier League Midlands football here at Townsend Meadow between Racing Club Warwick and Coventry Sphinx. 2 goals already. And Sphinx going for a 3rd. Hayward driving down the left-hand side. Wakefield's available. Couldn't halt his run before the cross and straight into touch for a goal kick. Loughborough students leading Wellingborough by 1-0. Still scoreless in the game at the Oval between Bedworth and Rugby. Charlie Woods blasts it from the back. Smith. His header into the midfield. Kept away from Coyle by the header for Saney. Jordan Hayward, has he put it up and going for a throw-in? No, he hasn't. It will be a throw 5 yards into Sphinx territory for Warwick on the right. James Hancock's with ball in hand. Taking a couple of yards on that throw-in. It's launched to Eden. And muscled by Fasani. Wakefield. A little too slow to distribute. Ebbett snatches it. Ebbett to Hancock's. Where will Hancock's go from here? Cuts in and finds Callum Coyle. Eden. Offside appeals against Coyle. Referee Sides against giving the offside out as the linesman. Brilliant save by Woods, and Everett didn't have time to react, just leapt in on instinct and heads it over the crossbar. Charlie Woods, fantastic reflexes. Parrying away at the near post. But Everett arriving on the scene with a Swan-Dyke-like header. Fought for all the world that he'd got Warwick in front. Woods away with the goal kick. Miles wins an aerial duel with Smith. Red head to Hayward, and a lunge in from behind by Hancock's, pointing to the ball saying, look at the trajectory, I clearly got a touch. Referee doesn't agree, and that's going to be a yellow card. Redhead on the halfway line. They're going to get Sphinx going again. Smith up for it. Miles using his leaping ability to get there first for Saney. Redhead. Hayward steaming in from the left-hand side. Couldn't take it past Hancock's. Ebbett. Saney holding Ebbett up, allowing Redhead to steam in. Thumps it upfield. That's going to be easier pickings for Lomax. 20 gone at Townsend Meadow in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. It's Racing Club Warwick 1, Coventry Sphinx 1. And at Home Park, after around 15 minutes, it's still Plymouth Argyle 0, Coventry City 0. A crucial game for the Sky Blues if they're to seal playoff football next week. Lomax's kick. McNulty flicks on. Willis. Hancock's is in there, but it's poked away and out for a throw. Is it? No, just kept in by James Hancock's. Coyle. Hancock's. There's space in the middle for Ebbett, and he's found that little pocket of space. Coyle blocked off, advantage given. Ebbett continues. Is the referee going to pull it back? No, he isn't. A through ball intended for Callum Coyle. Wayward, and out for the goal kick. It's starting to brighten up and heat up on the fringes of Warwick Racecourse. Well, I'd say the going is pretty soft this afternoon, but no meetings on, and don't have to worry about the texture of the grass here because we're on the artificial stuff. Townsend Meadow with a few facelifts in recent years. And from Woods' clearance, Miles up for it again. Over a kick by Joe Percy. Barnett this time prevents it from reaching Harry Wakefield with his bonds. For Saney to Redhead. Jordan Hayward. Deflected cross. Remember, it was a deflected ball that found Carey for the opening goal. Harry Wakefield turns and shoots. Blocked by the leg of Barnett out for a throw. Hayward takes it from the left-hand side. Carey cushions it away from Coyle. Needs support. Heads down line with Jack Redhead. For Saney. Open areas on the right. Draper is found. Covered up by Ebbett. Back to Fassani. Flynn putting him under pressure, and it's back with Jamie Draper. Warwick doing well to close off the avenues here. Redhead. Zito to Draper. Sphinx is maintaining possession here, knocking it about the field, but not really making any real progress, and Draper with a belated fall, and then gets straight back up and charges in on Flynn. And Draper trying to skip it off there, sees it was caught on the toe by the young number 10. And look for a bit of retribution. It's lofted towards Flynn, and Draper's going to make sure that Flynn isn't going to get there. Swats him aside and shepherds it into touch while grabbing a handful of shirt. And Jamie Draper, incensed that the decision wasn't given in his favour and still wincing in pain. A couple of goals in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Anstey 1-0 up at home to Hinckley, preparing for their playoff charge. And Lie now 2-0 up against Kozel. You have to wonder, where was this form for the remainder of the season? They're already, of course, down to step 5 next year. Miles with the interception on the fringes of his own area. Hancock's across the Barnet with Hayward lurking menacingly. It's a dangerous ball back to Lomax, who just able to lift it over Harvey Smith. Draper. It's kept in by Joe Percy. Warwick too busy asking whose foul it was. And the lunge in on Idris Vasani. In fairness to Vasani, I'm not entirely sure. There's an awful lot he could have done about that. Brian Andrews leaping in with a slide on Vasani.
Hey, it's because he didn't fucking touch you.
And Andrews has remained down. It looked like as Vasani was trying to put his leg down, there was a little touch with the studs. But award of a yellow card for Vasani there is probably a bit harsh. Jamie Draper taking another opportunity to remind the referee that he didn't get a foul for what he feels was a similar incident. So I'll run through the scores then in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Anstey Nomads 1, Hinckley 0, Bedworth 0, Rugby 0, Corby 4, Rushton Diamonds 0, that's a full-time score. Darlaston 0, Sporting Kelsa 0, Longheaton 1, Grantham 0, Loughborough Students 1, Wellingborough Town 0, Lytown 2, Kozel 1, Kozel just got a goal back. Shepshed Dynamo 1, Corn 1, that's a full-time score. And Sutton Coldfield 0, Boldmere St Michael's 0. And no action in the Premier League until 8 o'clock. And that will see Tottenham Hotspur host Nottingham Forest. Very little in the way of goal mouth action in the Championship. Well, except if you're Leeds United. Leeds are 3-0 up against Mark Robbins Stoke City. Millwall 1-0 up against Norwich. And Middlesbrough leading Sheffield Wednesday 1-0 at Hillsborough. Derby also 1-0 up at West Bromwich Albion. Tony Mowbray's woes continue after that 2-0 defeat at the CBS Arena against Coventry City on Good Friday. And we're back underway with the free kick from Sam Lomax after a relatively harsh yellow card for Vasani for a foul on Ryan Andrews. We've just been told it's 4-0 now. Well, that's a cracking way to get yourself into the Premier League, isn't it? Redhead. Here's it just for Saney. Flynn, like a rocket in from behind. Flynn. Ebbett, quick one-touch passing from Warwick. Callum Coyle. Eden on this near side. Ebbett. Eden still with him as Ebbett's forced out wide. Still Cameron Ebbett. Tries to chop it over Jack Redhead, but connected with the shoulder of Redhead, who's able to battle it back. Goes down in the corner. Redhead still maintains possession. Redhead's doing brilliantly here, and eventually is wrestled to the ground by Ebbett. That's some great work from Jack Redhead. There will be a free kick in the right-hand corner of Sphinx's backyard. And Portsmouth have just gone 1-0 up in their relegation battle. They had taking on Watford. That could be a big result for them. But it remains scoreless at home park between Plymouth and Coventry City. Jordan Hayward for the Sphinx. Harvey Smith looks to meet the run of Kyle Carey, cut out by Hancocks. Ebbett to Eden. Neat bit of skill, finds a route past last season's Player of the Year, Joe Percy. But style over substance, I'm afraid. The ball aimed towards Willis on the right-hand side is far too powerful and collected by Charlie Woods. Draper renewing his battle with Flynn. It's away just in time to Fasani. Carey dropping a little deeper. Nicholson. Cautiously approaching is Jordan Hayward. Now gets the power down. Taken out by the slide of Hancocks. And Hancocks and Willis arguing amongst each other, asking who was picking Hayward up. Hayward looks for a red and navy shirt. Could be the final time this kit is used. Sphinx expecting a new one next season. And they failed to take advantage of the throw-in, and now on the counter is Eden. Coyle. Options on the right-hand side. One of them is Max McNulty. Thought about the long-range strike, but the avenues were closed off. And whipped over the woodwork. James Hancocks. So we've had half an hour at Townsend Meadow. The rain has dispersed and well, the jackets are starting to come off now as well. This is proper springtime football. And it's a game really that everyone can enjoy without having to worry about promotion or relegation. Sphinx and Warwick, neither going up, neither going down. You can just start making plans for next year. And of course, there is the small matter of earning your place in next year's squad for these 22 men out there. Kyle Carey has certainly done that. Dinks it into the area, but no one making the run for Coventry Sphinx. Lomax, the Goliath in goal. Collecting it, standing up, I believe, 6'9". Fasani. Driving towards the net. Yellow shirts in his way, so lays it off to Kyle Carey. Curls it left. That's a delightful ball for Hayward. Cuts in on Hancocks. Sphinx looking to restore their lead. Hayward couldn't find his way for a sea of yellow. Upfield with Max McNulty. Crowded out by Redhead and Nicholson. Here's Patrick Zito, formerly of Quorn. Redhead. And Sphinx just calming things down. Draper. Idris Fasani. Redhead playing a deeper role this afternoon. Draper looking for Jordan Hayward there, but unfortunately, I don't think Hayward's playing the part of the roadrunner this afternoon, so it's easy pickings for Lomax. Here's Adam Miles. Once the top scorer for Coventry United in a single season with 12 goals from centre-back. Takes it too close to Harvey Smith. Looked to thread it in for Harry Wakefield, just rolls in front of the free-scoring striker. And Lomax immediately rolls it out. Here's Ryan Andrews. Callum Coyle. Ebbett wants it played through, and that's a great ball for Ebbett. Draper's back trying to cover his path. Eden! Charlie Woods ensuring it wasn't going to reach Flynn. Chopping it away with the leg. Callum Coyle. Eden in. Options at the far post, but none of them could turn it home. Josh Willis sliding in. Just need the slightest of touches. And there's bad news for Coventry United in their playoff battle. Of course, they only need a point today to seal the playoffs. but they are 1-0 down at Rugby Borough. And a massive goal at the Oval. Bedworth United lead Rugby Town by 1-0. Rugby have to win this afternoon to avoid relegation. And as it stands, Bedworth are safe. The goal coming from Liam Murphy in the 31st minute. It could be Rugby for Rugby, Borough for Town. Draper's delivery from the throw. Headed up on the halfway line by Smith. Wakefield beaten to it by Andrews. Eden. Powerful connection on that one, but takes it only to the feet of Nicholson. Struggling to bring it down on the artificial surface, but he has done now in the centre circle. It's for Saney. Redhead filling in at left back. Oh, Hayward pushes on. And once again, Coventry Sphinx just maintaining possession and contemplating their next move. Just over 10 minutes to go until half-time. Coventry Sphinx took the lead in the 3rd minute, but were pegged back for a McNulty penalty. Here's for Saney. Stretching in, McNulty couldn't make contact. Redhead able to find Nicholson. Here's Redhead. Warwick sucking bodies back. Carey. Straight onto the chest there of Hancock's. Charges down the intended clearance by Patrick Zito, and now Draper's going to mop it up at the back. Flynn closing in. No nonsense stuff from Charlie Woods, launches it out. Handball claims upheld by the linesman. Wakefield nodding it down but hitting the forearm. Free kick straight onto the head of Nicholson, preventing it from reaching Willis on the right-hand side of the attack. Hayward still going here. What a run this is from Jordan Hayward. Can he finish it? No, he can't. Slid into touch emphatically by Kyle Barnett. The sun now beaming down at Townsend Meadow. Draper. Percy. Quick pass back to Jamie Draper. Homegrown talent at Coventry Sphinx for Saney. A bit too much on it, trying to find Redhead. Well, this is as far as Nicholson. Redhead. Kyle Carey evading catcher from his former Coventry United teammate Miles. And Miles charging down the attempted pass from Kyle Carey. Naughty. Was a little too heavy-handed in trying to dispossess Nicholson. The referee didn't give the foul, but has now stopped it to ensure that Nicholson gets some treatment. It looks like he's landed heavily. That's the thing about artificial surfaces. They are not the softest of landings. Just over 8 minutes to go. Still 1-1 between the local rivals Racing Club Warwick and Coventry Sphinx. Last game of the season, less than 7 days away. This coming Saturday at Sphinx Drive, we say farewell to season 24-25 with the visits of Anstey Nomads, who will be preparing for the playoffs. And Warwick seeing their season out in style with a bumper crowd offering free admission in their final home fixture. They'll be ready to go again next year, with still a place in the top half up for grabs. And Nicholson remains on the deck. In terms of defensive changes, Sphinx could well move Joe Percy into the back three and put on perhaps Luke Shearer or Rowan Nui out wide. Or there is, of course, the beefy centre mid Fortune Mafosa, who can play at centre back, but Nicholson brushing it off and looks okay to continue. Bit of the old magic spray usually works. And it will be a drop ball for Coventry Sphinx. At the feet of Jack Redhead, playing an increasingly defensive aspect of the game in this first half. And he's got the throw in there as Miles forced to cushion it out on that far side, deep into Racer's territory. And it's taken quickly by Hayward to Jack Redhead, leading the outfield players this afternoon. Look for Smith, but Smith was too lackadaisical and waiting for that ball to come to him. It was cut out. Coyle just keeps it on that far side. McNulty slips it through. Josh Willis, options in the centre. Ebbett is arriving at the far post. It won't reach him. Punted up by Percy. Ebbett, is he going to take the short one? No, he's going to go for a more conventional option. Cameron Ebbett. Can he complete Warwick's turnaround? Miles at the far post. Down by Adam Miles. Safe hands from Woods. And Woods off balance there, launching it upfield. Carey was the target, but it's Barnett who brings it down. Eden. Callum Coyle urged to travel. McNulty. Ebbett. Chipped over the back line. Is it going to be a task too far for Coyle? Yes, it is. He kept it within the confines of play, but it's dispossessed by Idris Hosseini. Percy. Deflected past to Carey, and Wakefield gets motoring down the right-hand side. Barnett should get there first and does. Back with Sam Lomax, but Wakefield's not going to let him get away with it that easily. Closing in on the man-mountain goalkeeper, but Lomax does enough. Hayward ducks and takes Hancock's with him and gets the throw in just into Sphinx turf. Coming to the end of the first half here, we'll be taking a break at half-time, so get yourself a glass of something cold and get back here for 4 o'clock as we close the bank holiday weekend in style. Smith. Kyle Carey shielding from yellow shirts aplenty. Here's Redhead. 2 swipes at Redhead. The second brought him down. 1 from Andrews, 1 from Hancock's. Redhead did very well to avoid the first lunge in. Could do nothing about the second, but he has got the free kick for the Sky Blue and Whites. Carey and Redhead. It looks like it's going to be a Jack Redhead ball. In fact, no, he's going to leave it for Carey. Carey's got 1 to his name this afternoon. Can he make it 2 and get Coventry Sphinx their lead back off the shoulder of Barnett? Carey caught by Flynn, but knocks it over to the right-hand side where Percy nods it away from Josh Willis. Crossing opportunity, Cannons off the back of Eden. Sphinx throwing level with the area. Taken short to Jack Redhead. Swipes it away from Flynn. Wakefield at the far post. Hancock's heads out as far as Jordan Hayward. Carey to Redhead. United pushed back. Draper looking to get the Sphinx going. Percy found on the right. Joe Percy in. Wakefield just prevented from reaching that headed attempt by Hancock's. And the throw-in taken on the far side to Carey. Redhead. Carey again. Looks left and right for options. Has to go back to Redhead, but can't find him. It rolls past the Sphinx number 8. And a great recovery by Ronnie Nicholson, sliding it away from the feet of McNulty. Hosseini. Warwick starting to turn up the pressure. Back with Riley Nicholson at centre-back for Coventry Sphinx, enjoying an extended run in the starting lineup. Sphinx may well be looking for defensive recruits next season, with Lewis Guest expected to be out for the entirety of the campaign with an ACL injury. Woods, but under pressure from Flynn. It distributes in plenty of time. But it curls out in front of the home dugout despite the best efforts of a leaping Joe Percy. Harry Ean, it's over McNulty. Flynn could get there, bounces over Flynn, and Zito Returns to the goalkeeper. Swept away. Charlie Woods, plenty of distance on that one. Wakefield beaten mid-air from behind by Barnett. Vasani pinballing around the midfield. Redhead. Percy at right wing back. Spots Carey in a little pocket of space. Kyle Carey, acres of space for Redhead. Looks left. Finds Jordan Hayward. Cross charge down by Hancock. Spinks throw halfway into Warwick's end of the field. 1 minute of normal time to go. I'd say at least 2 minutes of stoppages due to the injury to Nicholson. A little shove from behind on Harvey Smith. Not enough for the referee to take action. Willis punts it down the right. Should be easy pickings for Roddy Nicholson. And now he's got McNulty behind him. Plays it between McNulty and Flynn. Composed defending from Nicholson. Zito. Now Redhead. Plays it safe and goes home. Charlie Woods, the Sphinx captain. Short to Zito. Percy wants it on the right. Zito goes down the middle to Harvey Smith. Vasani. Wakefield. Support with Harvey Smith. Smith trying to curl it over Hancock, but straight onto the number 2's head. Headed as far as Jack Redhead, and the referee has called offside, I believe, against Max McNulty. We are now into added minutes. Spinks racing out of the blocks, but it's a photo finish at the moment. Jordan Hayward. Lomax doing well to get his big frame in front of that one. Diverted away at the near post, and Spinks not willing to go into half-time level. They want their lead back. Hayward's going to leave it for Redhead. Barnett covers off the short corner option. Is that going to leave the area exposed? Redhead in. And Draper just stopped in time by Sam Lomax, Draper looking for his second goal of the season. Hard to see for a crowded penalty area there, but the one man that you can see above the rest is Lomax. Former Bedworth United shot stopper. Vasani, too easy for the centre mid. Wakefield to Smith, heads it over Lomax, and into the net. Warwick masters of their own downfall. Harvey Smith gathers the spoils. Well, he had to go some to get the ball over the 6'9" shot stopper Sam Lomax and below the crossbar, but he managed it, weighted it perfectly. Harvey Smith restores Spinks' lead on the fringes of half-time. May well be the end of the first half. 2 minutes of added time. Warwick going for one more assault on the Sphinx back line. McNulty. And free kick given a little too handsy. There was the Sphinx defender, and we're hearing that Coventry City may well be in trouble in their game at Home Park. In fact, they've now been put back to 2-1. They were 2-0 down. Coventry City have just got one back at Home Park. So it's Plymouth 2, Coventry City 1. So it's going to take a big second half performance for Coventry City. It's going to take a big second half performance for Rugby as well, unless they can restore parity once more with this James Hancock's free kick. It's a low one, easily turned away by Percy. Smith took a hefty whack in heading that ball on, but Carey gets Coventry Sphinx on the move. Ball to Hayward, cannons off a yellow shirt. Coyle struggling to bring the ball to feet, but now he's Drifting over to the left-hand side, a tangle of legs with Jack Redhead. Free kick at 15 yards into Sphinx territory. Comes to the end of a 4th minute of added time. Well, the linesman indicating that the end of added time is imminent. Ebbett, and Woods lost it momentarily. Leaping up for it was Ryan Andrews, trying to nod it out of the hands of Charlie Woods. Referee blows for half-time. Well, goals at either end of the first half at Coventry Sphinx in front. Carl Carey after 3 minutes. McNulty getting the home side back in it on 15. And then Harvey Smith with a looping header over the keeper, restoring Coventry's lead just before the break. Half-time score at Townsend Meadow in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Racing Club Warwick 1, Coventry Sphinx 2. Long Eaton United 2, Grantham Town 0. Loughborough Students 1, Wellingborough Town 0. Lytown 2, Coleshill Town 2. Coleshill were 2, Wellingborough Town 0. Lytown 2, Coleshill Town 2. Coleshill were 2, Ly were 2-0 up in that game. But, I think that goes to show why they are going down this season. Shepshed 1, Quorden 1, that's a full-time score. And Sutton Coldfield 0, Boldmere St Michael's 1. And letting you know about some scores around our area. Coventry City 2-1 down at Plymouth Argyle, while in the United Counties League Premier Division South playoff race, Coventry United are 2-0 down at Rugby Borough, and at the moment are set to miss out on the playoffs. And we're underway for the second half. Here at Townsend Meadow, Coventry Sphinx leading by 2 goals to 1. Goals from Harvey Smith and Kyle Carey. Kyle Barnett striding up from the back for Warwick. Space on this near side for Hancocks. James Hancocks to McNulty. Turn ball. Just build up player here. Racing Club Warwick plays it down line with Adam Miles. And plays a makeshift striker if needed towards the end. Willis. Back to Miles. Now Kyle Barnett. Emma drills it through. Now Callum Coyle. Eden playing a little further afield in this second half. Now up that cross from Jamie Draper. Smith. Joe Percy. Smith. Carey's got a run through here. Smith can play him through. It's down the left-hand side, a little wider than Carey would have hoped, but he's got a crossing opportunity on the left-hand side. Needs help, and Hayward's with him. Carey curls it around, and Gavin thought he could go out for the goal kick by Lomax. Now, here's Cameron Ebbett for Warwick, receiving from Eden. Hancocks does well to chest that back in, but he's on the back spin, trying to keep him in the confines of the park. Just drifts over the line, he was just stepping back. He looked like he done very well there. James Hancocks, the right. Beautiful spring afternoon next to Warwick Racecourse. We've gone from rain at kick-off to blazing sun at the south. Warwick are throwing in front of the home dugout, which will be taken by Hancocks. Hancock going for what we call in Coventry the Gunnarsson special after Aaron Gunnarsson, the former Coventry City player, and Max McNulty. Strong enough header on it, but nowhere near the goal. Charlie was the Sphinx, the absence of Woodward, Guest and Downs towards Kyle Carey. And Carey comes away with it. Kyle Carey driving through. It's Kyle Carey! Done over a brilliant parry with the right glove of Sam Lomax. Well, that goal earlier in the first half of the game seems to have reawoken Kyle Carey. Jack Redhead towards that far post. Mafosa's there, couldn't keep the effort down. Fortunately, Mafosa on as a like-for-like change for centre-back Riley Nicholson, withdrawn due to an ankle injury at half-time. Practice on the centre. Wasn't easy for Jack Redhead there, having to blind his eyes. Smith. Pearl touch takes it into the path of Kyle Barnett. With a drill left-hand side, and the referee gives the free kick. The linesman with a flag on the far side. As Kyle Barnett getting a little too personal with Harry Wakefield. And now, the more pressing issue for Warwick is that of Ryan Andrews. The physio called over, seems to be a problem with the right ankle. And Long Eaton have gone 3-0 at home to already relegated Grantham, and Darlaston 1-0 to Sporting Cal. So it really has been a drab end to the season for Darlaston. I would make that 5 games without victory for the former playoff contenders, if it stays as it is. Reminder that's our final game of the season, coming up in just 5 days' time on Saturday at the Sphinx Industrial Supplies Arena against Anstey Nomads. It really has gone by quickly, hasn't it? Feels like yesterday we were starting the season back in August with the FA Cup. Coventry City coming up to the hour mark. Still 2-1 down. Goals from Bundu and Hardy in the 40th and 43rd minutes. Put Plymouth 2 up, but then Haji Wright just before half-time, dragging one back for Frank Lampard's Sky Blues. The free kick to come. Andrews is off the field, but will return shortly. It's Sam Lomax, the Goliath goalkeeper, to blast it forward towards Willis. Zito getting us to it first, but taking it over is Hancock's. Launch clear again by Patrick Zito. Miles and Wakefield going for the same ball, and it's Wakefield who comes away with it. Harvey Smith, scorer of Sphinx's second, and Smith not connecting with the ball as he had intended there. I think he was trying to clip it in for Wakefield from the left-hand side, but it was far too central, that ball. Eden. A few laughs about it on the Sphinx bench. They can afford to laugh at the moment. They lead by 2-1. Sphinx ending the season strong. Of course, they were already safe from relegation this afternoon with Rugby Town 1-0 down away at Bedworth United, the former title rivals, seemingly set to be split up. Carey and Wakefield trying to make his way through the heart of the back line, prevented from doing so by Adam Miles. Willis, and now the chase is on between Zito, and Zito's lost out. Plays it across, there's a tangle of legs. Patrick Zito getting up close and personal with the Warwick number 10, Josh Flynn. Well, I don't think Josh Flynn is quite 12 years old, but he's certainly on the younger side. Not exactly experienced himself, he's only, I believe, 21. There was a time that Sphinx's back line, well, in fact, actually today it was, when it started, they had a 21-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 19-year-old at centre-back, one of the youngest centre-back partnerships of the season. It's a tad older now with Fortune Mafosa in, I think he's around his mid-20s. John Wood wants to see better from Patrick Zito after Sphinx nearly losing out with the corner kick. Just stopped from dipping under the bar by Charlie Woods. And Joe Percy nudged aside by Willis and gets the free kick in his own area. We've had 10 minutes of second half action at Townsend Meadow. And the requirements for the supporters in the last hour has gone from raincoats to sun cream. Charlie Woods away. Vasani does head it on. What a run this is by Coyle. Out into Flynn. Heavy first touch, takes it too close to the goalkeeper, Charlie Woods. Well, he could potentially have school in the morning, but he's certainly making an impression.
On half term. He's on half term.
There goes that joke then. It's Hayward. Stumbles into the path of Willis, and Willis takes over control of the ball. Knocks it away from Willis. Wakefield asking a bit too much of Harvey Smith. Smith gets his boots in the way of Barnett's attempted pass down the right touchline, throw in deep into their own turf for the Racers. It's back with Lomax. Eden. It's an ambitious ball for McNulty. Fortunately, Mafosa's got to deal with it. If in doubt, get it out. The first rule of defence, rule 101 for any centre-back. And Mafosa follows the law accordingly. And we're going to need another match ball. Substitution confirmed. Ryan Andrews off, and Dan Markham.
Bristol City losing and Borough drawing now, so that's good for Coventry. Bristol City losing to Luton.
A throw to come from the left-hand side. It's Eden with ball in hand. Coyle offering the short option. It is to Callum Coyle. Eden back to Coyle. Sphinx urged to stop the cross, and Vasani's done that. His handball claims as Coyle was trying to get back to his feet, and his standing arm touched the ball and brings a promising move to an end for Warwick. So looking at the scores in the Championship, they are looking pretty good for Coventry City, with Luton beating Bristol City 2-1. For his lead at Sheffield Wednesday extinguished. It's now 1-1 at Hillsborough. So if Coventry can get a draw, it's not the end of the world for them. And they're only one goal behind at home park. But for Coventry Sphinx, it's a safe header back from Fortune Mafosa to Charlie Woods. Draper. Flynn a little too heavy-handed, leaning into the back of Jamie Draper. Redhead. Sphinx looking a little lackadaisical after the break. He may well be saved with the management team. Myth. Gets that header back from Barnett. Pirouettes around the substitutes. Harry Wakefield pulls it away from Barnett. Too many yellow shirts. Vasani takes it over. Willison from the side into the chest of Vasani. And couldn't find the Sphinx man in the area. Thumped away. The first promising move the Sphinx have had in a good 10 minutes. And they're going to be taken by Willis. Hancock's. Coyle. Ebbett. Now Eden. Coyle wants it back. And here is Callum Coyle. Got Redhead for company. Eden in. And gathered at the near post by Charlie Woods. Sphinx seriously lacking leadership this afternoon at Townsend Meadow, with joint manager Sean Thomas suffering from illness, as well as both vice captains and the captain out. It's up to John Woodward and standing to give a Charlie Woods the lead. So far is going well. And he's Just make sure they don't let this lead slip. Mafosa. Kyle Carey, it's for Saney in midfield. Now Draper at centre-back. And Mafosa lets it run to Charlie Woods. Barnett leaps into the sun. It's header collected by his old Coventry United mate, Kyle Carey, but Sphinx can do nothing with it. Hancock's launches onto the head of Draper at the back for Coventry Sphinx. Percy to Redhead. For Saney. Waited a little too long to play that one to Hayward, or did he? He did, in fact, as Hayward was closed down by Hancock and just nicked it off his boot. Zito. For Saney, beaten mid-air from behind by Willis. Coventry Sphinx back in possession. Hayward can't take it around Hancock. It's like Carey couldn't stand his feet. And there'll be a throw in to Warwick. On the halfway line. To be taken by Hancock's. Markham. Now Barnett. Eden on the far side. Now Ebbett. Cameron Ebbett. Nice give and go, but the go was a little short. Now Kyle Carey plays it over the back line. Wakefield gives chase. It should be a Kyle Barnett ball, and is. Lomax collects. James Hancock pushes it to Markham. Curls it down the right-hand side, and now McNulty. Mafosa all over him from behind. McNulty needs some help and gets it from Willis. Pull it to the right of Willis, but the big number 7 is there. Forced away by Zito. Loses out to Kyle Carey, and now Spinks driving at Warwick. Beautiful through ball to Harvey Smith. Flag stays down, pulls it away from Miles. Harvey Smith. Spinks won the penalty. Smith got the shot away. The advantage had already been played. And Sam Lomax was called into action, a little closer than he would have been had the referee blown the whistle. And a yellow card now for Jack Redhead for putting his case across, as Warwick had been given a free kick in the midfield. Well, Jamie Draper, not too impressed with the referee's exploits this afternoon, I think it has to be said. I have to say, I think he may well have a case on that one. He's trying to give Spinks the chance to score the goal in open play. I think they would have rather had the penalty. The free kick's the right side of the area. Hayward wasn't entirely sure when the ball was. Patrick Zito was. This is the Woods who launched it down the left-hand side. Miles steaming in with a header into touching in front of the home dugout. And John Woodward wants an explanation from the man in black, and he's not about to get one. Zito. Flipped on by Smith, and Barnett wanting to let it trickle back to the keeper, but it hasn't got the legs on it. Wakefield puts him under pressure. But competent defending from Barnett launches it clear. Mafosa wins that aerial duel. Carey, now for Saney. Redhead to Percy. Goes down by Eden. Distributes to Jamie Draper at centre-back. Percy. And Draper fell to his feet as he put it into the path of Flynn. Touch from the youngster. And Spinks avert disaster. For six. Collected by Hayward. Zito. Redhead. Kyle Carey looking right. Percy's in support. Covered up by Coyle. And here is Joe Percy. Backing away from Eden. Now takes him on. Joe Percy. Pinballing through to Harvey Smith. Out wide with Hayward. Covered up by Hancock's. For Saney. Carey with space. Rolls it up to Wakefield. Lunging by Hancock, took the ball cleanly, but there was a hand in the back of Redhead. Went flying, and again the referee finds in favour of Warwick. And now Coyle, and a sign of frustration from Joe Percy, clipping the heel of the Warwick attacker. I think Percy will be lucky to stay out of the book, and I don't think he will. 25 minutes to go, and Coventry Sphinx letting the referee's decisions get to them. And there's been another goal at Home Park. It's bad news for Coventry City. Plymouth 3, Coventry City 1. And the young number 10, Josh Flynn, has done his job for the afternoon, and coming on is the former Coventry Sphinx man, Andre Williams. Frustrating time. Around 4 months, didn't find the back of the net for the Sky Blue and Whites, despite being brought in as a marquee signing. By Hancocks, and Willis into step 5 next year. Carey. Fasani to Hayward. Closed down by Hancocks, but Hayward does well to poke it away from the number 2. Fasani all over Hancocks. Trying to Sphinx. Zito. And Charlie Woods has to blast it out of danger, out for a throw-in. That second goal coming from Leo Stone for Bedworth United, former Coventry Sphinx man. Throw from James Hancocks. Zito leaping above the rest, heads it out to the edge of the area and finds Harvey Smith. Carey, Redhead, and there's space for the through ball to Jordan Hayward. Clips it to Hayward, now covered up by Adam Miles. Shoulder to shoulder with the former Coventry United centre-back. Plays it across to Harry Wakefield. Couldn't make contact and then tripped over the Goliath goalkeeper, Sam Lomax, for good measure. The slightest of touches would have took that past Lomax and surely ended the game. Wakefield ending up in a heap in the goal. The physio JC is now called over. I'm wondering if the Sphinx substitutes. They've already brought on Fortuna Fo, so they still have attacking options in the form of Luke Shearer, the former Warwick man, and 18-year-old Rowan Newey, as well as striker Damo Kelly and attacking midfielder Joe Blowers. Wakefield off and will return to the action, but he will have to leave the field momentarily. Well, he should do anyway, with the officials allowed him to. Well, technically he was off the pitch as he was over the goal line. That's Wakefield's will have to stay on. Ebbets. His header finds Andre Williams. Shoved out by Percy via a touch, and will be a Warwick throw. Here is Cameron Ebbets. Fasani getting stuck in there, but Coyle still comes away with possession in hand. Coyle, plenty of space out wide for Eden, who swap wings here. Harry Eden, shots past Hayward, goes towards the far post, and the second goal, the second equaliser for the number 2. Jay picked up 3 at the far post. And just squeezes the header in between the tight angle between post and keeper. Warwick have had, but for the second time, they've dragged themselves level.
Good ball, H.
And now with less than 20 to go, Warwick want to go for the win. And will that equalising goal finally wake Coventry Sphinx up? The second half has seen a pace a lot slower than the first for the Sky Blue and Whites. Launched up by Redhead, but headed away free by Adam Miles, and Hayward deflects it into touch on the halfway line. Eden now headed out again. This side the head of Max McNulty, just behind Jordan Hayward. was confusion as to which way it was going to be given, but it is given in favour of Sphinx. Zito. Miles up again. As far as for Saney. Ebbett volleys it on. Zito should shepherd that into in the way of Max McNulty, and a quick throw taken. Charlie Woods. Smith beaten from behind by the head of Barnett. Willis. Now Williams gives chase against his old teammate Patrick Zito. Shoves Zito into touch, but crucially the centre-back didn't touch it. So Sphinx will have the ball, but they've got to get their way out of a dangerous area of the park. Hayward nods on to Carey. Switches the play. Percy gives chase, and Percy will get there. Ahead of Hancock's now playing on the left. Redhead to Smith. Back to Joe Percy, but Hancock's intercepts and curls along the left touchline. Redhead mops it up. Draper now with Charlie Woods. Smith is up for it. Got the initial contact, but Hancock scrambles away with the ball at his feet. Launched towards the centre circle. Flicked on with the head of McNulty. Coyle will give chase. Zito sees it back to Woods. Woods' clearance onto the chest of Adam Miles, too close to his former Coventry United teammate Kyle Carey. Through ball for Harry Wakefield. He's onside, tied his run beautifully. Now covered off, sets up for Saney. Thinks it's over to Percy. Ebbett's back to keep him at bay. Redhead driving through. Still Jack Redhead. Crowded out in the end and thumped away by the scorer of the second goal. And Fortune Mafosa unhappy there, the former Racing Club Warwick man, as he was dragged to the ground as he played it out under pressure from Max McNulty. It was heavy-handed, but fair according to the man in black. It's Plymouth Argyle 3, Coventry City 1. So not the result the Sky Blues would have wanted in their, I have to say, most winnable game remaining, with Bristol and Middlesbrough still to come. And it's still crucially 1-1 between Sheffield Wednesday and Middlesbrough. And Luton now 3-1 up in their game against Bristol City. So no damage done in terms of Bristol, but Middlesbrough would steal a march and a point on Frank Lampard's men. Hancock didn't quite get the distance on that throw would have wanted. Percy caught from behind and gets the free kick from Willis. Well, Coventry United's playoff hopes now surely over there. Poked away from Coyle by Redhead, but the number 11 is first to the seconds. Ebbett needs help. Finds it from behind with the young substitute Markham. Quick into play in the midfield, keeps it alive for Warwick, but they're forced back into their own half. Long, just over the head of Hayward, but heavy touch from Eden takes it to Kyle Carey. Smith. Chasing the ball is Jordan Hayward. Goes off the heel of Adam Miles. Still going Hayward. Wavewood at the far post. It's behind him. And Ebbets will keep it on the far side, just in case it took a nick on the way through from the captain, Kyle Barnett. Loose ball collected in the centre of the park by Carey. For Saney over to Zito. Fortune Mafosa. By Harry Wakefield. Smith covered up by Miles and plays it behind Carey. Warwick let it roll out. Harry Eden lets it go for the goal kick, and Sphinx making a change. And Warwick have got their former Sphinx man in Andre Williams, while Sphinx have their former Warwick man in Luke Shearer. He's on for Harvey Smith. $13 to go plus stoppages. Haven't had an awful lot of stoppages. It remains Warwick 2, Coventry 2. Draper up for that goal kick. For Saney. Going to set up the Sphinx move. Joe Percy. Barnett within 2 minds whether to go for Percy or Wakefield. Eventually makes the block from Percy's cross. It hit Joe Percy in the face on the rebound and out for the goal kick. Barnett making the right call was the temperature dropping once again at Townsend Meadow. And another reminder, if you are around Sphinx Drive on Saturday, make sure to come and join us for our final fixture of the season against Anstey Nomads, 3 o'clock kickoff. Hopefully the Sphinx will help us see the season out in style. Volleyed on by Jack Redhead. Volley cleared by Barnett, only as far as for Saney. Hayward clips it over and blocks the attempted clearance by Miles with his head. Eden only as far as Redhead. And Eden did well to bring that one down as Carey looks to loop it over him for Jordan Hayward. This young Warwick side have been sent behind twice, but are still fighting. McNulty looked for Willis, who was a day late and $1 short. They've got it back at left back with Hancock's. Crossfield ball and a neat touch by Eden. Skips away from Carey. And Hancock's for his second. Lunging it enough to block the effort and leaves Hancock in potential need of assistance there. Is he going to need the physio? I don't believe he is. And there's a minuscule amount of hope for Rugby Town. They pulled one back through Ao Lakuti in their game at Bedworth. It's now 2-1 at the Oval, but it should be enough for Bedworth to secure their safety. Wakefield. Carey, looked like a simple ball to Wakefield, but couldn't find his man. Lomax there, and Eden's lost out to Jordan Hayward. Tries to cross. Eden makes the block and a spectacular overhead kick to clear the danger. Carey lets it bounce out for the throw-in. Plays it simple with Redhead. Mafosa. Redhead. Wakefield, will he finally get his chance? He got the shot away, but the deflection from Miles takes it behind. Nine to go, plus stoppages. Hayward told to get in the mix. Coyle staying up for Warwick, Percy and Zito back for Sphinx. Redhead's delivery. Well, you're not going to beat Lomax in the air from a corner. Punched away by the man mountain keeper. Redhead beats Williams, takes it into the path of Ebbert. First the loose ball is Wakefield. Shearer. Jordan Hayward pulls to the cross, cleared by Barnett. And Shearer couldn't get the power behind the effort and stopped on the line. And Fortune Mafosa taking one for the team there, preventing young Markham from making inroads. So free kick deep into the road, sir, for Warwick. Hancock's. Slide it in. Who got the last touch? Well, the fans behind the goal believe it should be a corner after the Attempted block from Fortune Mafosa. According to the referee, he didn't get the last touch. Charlie Woods with the goal kick. Really an unchallenged header. Cameron Ebbett jockeying for position with Joe Percy. Slips it through. We'll get a throw out of it. Knocking on Sphinx's back door. Just it back to Ebbett. Too much space on that side of the field. It's a decent punch away from Charlie Woods. Percy left wanting. Hancocks to Ebbett. A soft free kick to give away for Jack Redhead. Of course, Redhead has to be careful. He's already on a yellow. Taken quickly and taken short. Well, that cross was anything but short. Launched straight out for the goal kick. Not entirely sure that's what Hancocks had meant to deliver. And there is going to be a change now for Racing Club Warwick. Max McNaughton. And for Coventry Sphinx, Harry Wakefield replaced by Joe Blowers. So Shearer now leading the front line for the Sky Blue and Whites. Just over 5 to go. This is the final away home game for the Racers. Well, the neutrals have certainly been treated. Well, there's nothing in terms of survival or promotion on the line. Both sides will want to get the victory, and Joe Blowers, I should say, has gone down with an injury immediately after coming on. Going down holding his right hip, it appears. Now, seems to be holding the shoulder, or something's clearly not right. The former Boldmere and Wellingborough man. And Blowers indicating that he can continue. So they're just about to end things at home park. Coventry City still 3-1 down against Plymouth. That's, we have just been told, but by our glamorous assistant next to us, that Middlesbrough are losing by 2 goals to 1. Massagely for Sheffield Wednesday. So all 3 of the playoff hopefuls of Bristol City, Coventry City and Middlesbrough at the moment losing. So not exactly the disaster we had imagined for Coventry City. But there is disaster for Coventry United, who are 3-0 down in their game at Rugby Borough. And now Andre Williams, the former Sphinx man, to get the victory for Racing Club Warwick, tries to pull it across. Slid out of play by Jordan Hayward. The game very much there for the taking for both sides. To come in from the left-hand side, it's Hancock, the equaliser. Can he provide the winning goal late on? Charlie Woods, good punch clear. Volleyed right again for Hancock. Nods it down right on the touchline. We're back in. Williams! Fantastic save from Charlie Woods, and Woods falls back in exhaustion. Another terrific save from Sphinx's number 1. How poetic it would have been for Andre Williams, who in near 4 months didn't score for Coventry Sphinx, was oh so close to getting the winner against them. A bit too deep, that one. Headed out of the danger zone by Zito. Who now turns Zito, who does well to mid-air. And a throw-in now from Eden. Warwick have the momentum. But rather than out, there's a real scramble for possession now. Appeals of a high boot. Referee says nothing doing. Shearer calls in possession by Preston. Miles scampers away with possession on a stumble. Jordan Hayward getting his body between player and ball and out for the goal kick. Last 90 seconds. Only bragging rights, I should say, on the line. But everyone wants to win a local derby, even if football next season. Lomax driving it to the left-hand side for Hancock's. Ebbets. Markham down line. Hancock's to Lomax, being put under pressure by Luke Shearer. Neat pass to Eden. Miles has been utilised up front now for the final couple of minutes. Loses out from behind to Fortune Mafosa as he looked for the corner. Clear as far as Barnett at centre-back for Warwick. Long-range cross from Hancock. It's over Jordan Hayward. Chested down by Willis. Appeals of handball. Gets the cross in. Cleared to the near post on the slide by Z. We are now into added minutes. We've not been informed how many there will be. Willis drags down Kyle Carey as Carey was looking to shepherd it into touch. And Willis looks on him bemused, asking, what have I done? Well, that's one of the more clear-cut free kicks of the afternoon. Willis still remonstrating with the official. And the referee now telling him, come on. Willis not with the best disciplinary record as of late. Look what was back for Shea Willock, who's been sent off, I believe, 5 times now inside the season at Coventry Sphinx. 2 red cards at Sphinx, 2 at Alvechurch, 1 at Rugby. Fasani knocked down in that aerial duel with Miles and takes a heavy tumble. Free kick taken quickly. Referee's got a decision to make, and at last points for the penalty. Sphinx have had 2 that they felt were stone wall in the first half. And now they've finally got the spot kick they craved so much. And, oh, it's Luke Shearer. Luke Shearer stepping up. Yellow card for Hancock. There's 2 ironies here. The man who gave away the penalty, the second equaliser for Warwick. And you know the old rule, you always score against your old team. Can Luke Shearer follow that rule in the 92nd minute from 12 yards for Coventry Sphinx? Yes, he can! Drives it through the heart of the goal. Luke Shearer on the score sheet. It's not a welcome goal for the Racers supporters. For the 3rd time, Coventry Sphinx take the lead at Townsend Meadow. Surely now it's a lead they'll keep. And Shearer and the Sphinx faithful getting a little bit of stick from some of the younger members of the Racers fan club. Well, Warwick are going to have to go all out here to get a share of the spoils. It's certainly been an entertaining afternoon at Townsend Meadow. Is there one last twist in this tale? Not at the danger zone by Zito, and crucially bounces over Ebbett. Shearer lofts it on for Joe Blower. Shearer maintains his run. Through ball for Luke Shearer. He's taking it right into the corner. Under pressure from Markham.
No foul.
And it's run curtailed by Joe Blowers. Barnett. Now Cameron Ebbett striding upfield. Slide by Draper. Seemed to get the ball, but went through the man to get it. Well, Draper's not been happy with a few decisions from the referee today. I don't think he's got too many qualms with that one. Blowers told to stay up. Everyone else is in and around the area. Even the big goalkeeper, Sam Lomax, is up. Well, Warwick have needed a target man. And oh, it's getting a bit silly now with Patrick Zito and Sam Lomax squaring up. Comes to the end of the 5th minute of added time. Lomax is in the danger zone. A marksman, if ever I've seen one, is certainly a target man. And it's come to Lomax as it's headed away by Jordan Hayward. A photo finish it was, but Sphinx win it by a nose. Luke Shearer's 92nd minute penalty, sealing a big win for Coventry Sphinx on the road. Their final trip of the season, a 2nd consecutive away victory. And the players of Warwick and Coventry just reminding each other at full time that it was a local derby, if ever you needed to be reminded of the fact. Full-time score at Townsend Meadow, Racing Club Warwick 2, Coventry Sphinx.